Okay, we are very pleased to see you here and welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen, on this great occasions. Allow me to deliver structure of this event today.
The first is opening,
The second is reciting Al-Quran,
and the third is project reported by Dr. Iman Permana, MKes PhD, as the head of committee.
The next is speech. It will be delivered by Mr. Hilman Latif PhD as a delegation of Rector Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta as Field of Student Affairs and Al-Islam Muhammadiyahan.
And the next is signing MOU.
And the next is public lecture.
And the next agenda is giving souvenir.
And the last is closing. Okay, to efficiency our times today, let's start our agenda today by reciting Al-Basmalah together.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The next agenda is reciting Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 168 until 175 by Ustadz Fauzi. For Ustadz Fauzi, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bapak Ibu yang terhormat, untuk memulai acara kita di siang hari ini, mari kita nanti membaca suci secara bersama-sama dengan harapan semoga acara kita ini diridhoi oleh Allah Subhanahu wa taala dan mendapat keberkahan dari ayat yang kita baca insyaallah. Untuk teks sudah tersedia di slide. Kita awali dengan ta'awud, bismillah, kemudian kita membaca bersama-sama. Mari. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhan nasu kulu mimma fil ardi halalan thayyiban wa la اتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين إنما يأمركم بالسوء والفحشاء وأن تقولوا على الله ما لا تعلمون وإذا قيل لهم اتبعوا ما أنزل الله قالوا بل نتبع ما ألفينا عليه آباءنا ولا يهتدون يا أيها الذين آمنوا كلوا من طيبات ما رزقناكم كلوا من طيبات ما رزقناكم واشكروا لله إن كنتم إياه تعبدون إنما حرم عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل به لغير الله فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد فلا إثم عليه إن الله غفور رحيم إن الذين يكتمون ما أنزل الله من الكتاب ويشترون به ثمنا قليلا أولئك ما يأكلون في بطونهم إلا النار أولئك ما يأكلون في بطونهم إلا النار ولا يكلمهم الله يوم القيامة ولا يزكيهم ولهم عذاب أليم أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى والعذاب بالمغفرة فما أصبرهم على النار صدق الله العظيم. Demikian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Sadaqallahul Adzim. Thank you very much for Ustaz Fauji. Syukran kasiran ya Ustaz. And the next agenda is project reported. And now I would like to invite for Dr. Iman Permana, MKes PhD as a chief of committee. For Dr. Iman Permana, the time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad wa ala amma ba'd. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Yang terhormat Prof. Joko sebagai narasumber, Prof. Samsul Anwar sebagai Ketua BPH, dan Dr. Hilman Latif sebagai Wakil Rektor Bidang Kemahasiswaan dan AIK. Terima kasih kepada hadirin yang telah hadir dalam acara ini. firman Allah yang artinya wahai manusia. Makanlah dari makanan yang halal dan baik yang terdapat di bumi, dan janganlah kamu mengikuti langkah-langkah syaitan. Sungguh syaitan itu musuh yang nyata bagimu. Ini adalah tadi ayat pertama yang dibacakan oleh Ustadz Fauzi. Saya bukan pakar ayat sebenarnya, tapi kalau lihat dari terjemahannya, ini ditujukan untuk semua manusia, bukan orang-orang yang beriman, bukan ya ayyuhallazina amanu. Betul gitu ya? Betul. Jadi sebenarnya perintah halal thoyyib itu untuk semua umat manusia. Nah, kita hadir di sini. Saya terima kasih sekali sudah hadir di sini. Berusaha dalam acara peluncuran atau launching Halalan Thoyyiban Center UMY yang bermaksud untuk memfasilitasi bagaimana kita bisa menjadi pusat Center of Excellence, terutama dalam hal menggali evidence, gitu ya, menggali bukti-bukti yang terkait dengan kehalalan. Dan halal sini tidak hanya masalah makanan sebenarnya, walaupun tadi lihatnya jelas makanan, tapi sebenarnya bagaimana segala hidup kita gitu, itu bisa halal sesuai syariah. Nanti mungkin Prof. Winay akan menjelaskan bahwa potensi, ya ini kalau dikonversikan ke dalam bentuk ekonomi barangkali gitu ya, ini potensi halal dunia ini begitu besar, $1 million gitu. Sehingga kenapa Halal Science Centernya Chulalongkorn begitu maju, karena bisa menangkap peluang itu. Nanti akan dijelaskan lagi bagaimana misalkan mereka bisa jadi tempat trainingnya orang-orang dari Brazil, dari Jepang gitu, untuk bagaimana bisa menarik halal ini, potensi halal di industri ini. Tetapi saya kira kalau kita mau lebih membumi gitu ke ya masyarakat kita saja, saya pribadi masih sering melihat ada fenomena tiren gitu ya. Ayam tiren itu kan ayam sudah mati kemarin tapi masih dikonsumsi, belum lagi saren. Dan itu adalah real gitu, ada di depan kita. Bagaimana sekarang UMY sebagai pusat akademis gitu, yang berbasiskan lembaga masyarakat yang besar, bisa ikut membantu mengedukasi ya. Jadi sebenarnya visi dan misi HTC UMY ini, kalau kita boleh singkat gitu ya, Halalan Thoyyiban Center UMY, HTC UMY gitu, tidak saja menggali evidence berbasis ilmiah, bukti ilmiah, tapi juga lebih bagaimana bisa kita menyampaikan pesan itu ke masyarakat gitu, sehingga tepat sasaran. Sebenarnya usaha ini sudah dirintis lama. Jadi kalau ada slide-nya ya, ada dulu sudah diinisiasi, kita sudah punya MOU dengan Halalan Science Center Chulalongkorn sebenarnya 5 tahun yang lalu. Itu diinisiasi oleh Prodi Farmasi waktu itu. Dan yang tanda tangan ada Prof. Bambang Cipto juga waktu itu sebagai rektornya. Nah kita sekarang lebih ingin memperkuat MOU, memperpanjang dan memperkuat lagi, sehingga harapannya ini bisa lebih ada maknanya untuk masyarakat lebih luas. Saya kira demikian yang bisa saya sampaikan. Semoga acara ini bisa lebih mensiarkan apa itu halalan thoyyiban gitu. Dan baik, nanti akan ada pembukaan oleh wakil rektor juga. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya dan kehadirannya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much for Dr. Iman Primana and his PhD as the project reported. And right now we would like to go to the next agenda. It is a speech that will be delivered by Mr. Hilman Latif, PhD, as delegation of Rector Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Field of Student Affairs and Al-Islam Kemuhammadian. And I would like to invite Mr. Hilman Latif, PhD. The time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillahilladzi khalaqas samawati wal ardh wa ja'ala adh-dhulumati wan nur thumma alladhina kafaru bi rabbihim ya'dilun. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan 'abduhu wa rasuluhu, amma ba'd. Yang saya hormati Profesor Trijoko, Profesor Samsul Anwar, Bapak Dekan dan Ketua Jurusan, serta Ketua Panitia Pak Iman yang insya Allah nanti menjadi Ketua Pusat Studi gitu ya. Alhamdulillah pada kesempatan siang hari ini kita bisa menjalankan acara launching dan sekaligus seminar, dan saya kira ini sebuah langkah yang konkret ya, setelah bertahun-tahun. Saya kira saya dari zaman diskusi 5 tahun lalu sering ngisi gitu ya tapi memang sampai ke langkah membentuk pusat studinya insya Allah baru sekarang, dan namanya juga menarik ya, HTC, HTC Halalan Thoyyiban Center. Nah ini juga mungkin inspirasi, kalau tidak salah 3 tahun lalu kita juga ada ceramah dari Pak Prof. Yunai Dahlan, bagaimana dia mengkritik banyak umat Islam yang berpikir tentang halal secara sempit, dan dia mempertanyakan kenapa negara-negara yang membutuhkan banyak sekali suplai makanan, suplai groceries lah ya, seperti Saudi, kemudian negara-negara teluk, negara-negara kaya dan lain-lain, tidak pernah minta ke Indonesia. Padahal Indonesia sudah jelas bismillahnya kan, bismillahnya sudah jelas. Nah, tapi ternyata di situ ada satu perspektif yang saya kira menarik waktu itu disampaikan oleh Pak Winay, bahwa ya halalan thoyyiban, kita kadang abai dengan konsep thoyyib itu, bahwa di situ makanan pun tidak hanya sekedar terkait dengan penyembelihan gitu ya, tapi lebih jauh lagi juga bagaimana food processingnya gitu ya, food packaging sistemnya seperti apa dan lain sebagainya. Nah, jadi lebih jauh lagi memang seperti disampaikan oleh Pak Iman tadi, betul bahwa ketika berbicara tentang halal kita sudah masuk ke dunia industri. Karena itu ya Indonesia saya kira sudah saatnya memasuki dunia ini. Kita lihat dan alhamdulillah dalam beberapa tahun terakhir ini Prof. Tri banyak kerjasama dengan beberapa perguruan tinggi di Asia Timur gitu ya. Jepang, Korea, Taiwan, Cina dan lain sebagainya, yang ternyata mereka sudah mengangkat isu ini, isu halal. Beberapa lembaga riset di Jepang juga sudah fokus ke isu halal. Bahkan saya punya teman beberapa profesor memang spesialis riset halal, maksud fatwa halal. Awalnya sebetulnya mereka itu ketika kenapa ada apa dengan Ajinomoto, waktu itu ramai, mungkin ibu dan bapak pernah dengar gitu ya. Jadi saya waktu di Leiden ketemu dengan profesor di Jepang, loh ibu kenapa riset tentang halal ini? Ya dulu saya ditunjuk pemerintah Jepang kampus saya, karena waktu itu mereka tidak tahu ada apa terjadi di Indonesia, ribut dengan Ajinomoto. Coba teliti apa itu halal, bagaimana implementasinya, bagaimana konsepnya dan seterusnya. Buat riset. Dan sekarang itu terus berkembang, bukan hanya itu tapi sudah bergeser, bahwa mereka sudah memasuki kepada halal industri, halal tourism. Karena ternyata turis kalau ke Jepang ya banyak orang-orang Arab ya, dari Middle East itu mereka menjadi salah satu destinasi turis Middle East, sehingga mereka mau tidak mau masuk ke dunia ini. dan mereka sedang menyiapkan konsepnya. Taiwan pun demikian adanya, dan juga Korea. Nah, saya kira ini juga merupakan peluang bagi kita, ya, perguruan tinggi kita, termasuk juga bagi pusat studi yang baru, bagaimana kita bisa expand our partnership, ya, dengan perguruan tinggi yang pernah kita berkolaborasi. Ibu dan bapak sekalian, tentu saja masalah ini masalah multidisiplin. Ya. Saya senang di sini ada dari Majelis Tarjih, kebetulan Prof. Samsul juga, ada Bu Dewi, sekolah lagi Majelis Tarjih. Kemudian di Fakultas Ekonomi, Fakultas Pertanian, ya, dan juga FKIK, ya, Fakultas Ilmu Kesehatan. Karena ini multi perspektif. Fakultas Agama juga ada, gitu ya. Nah ini saya berharap bahwa memang HTC ini bisa besar karena banyak sekali yang bisa kita kerjakan. Bukan hanya dalam konteks dakwah Muhammadiyah, gitu, tapi juga dalam konteks edukasi sebagai sebuah lembaga riset. Dalam konteks dakwah Muhammadiyah, saya kira itu sangat perlu, Pak. Panduan-panduan sederhana, ya. Nyembelih yang baik seperti apa. Kemarin Profesor siapa di UGM, yang sederhana, cara nyimpen daging di kulkas. Itu luar biasa, Pak. Padahal sederhana kan, tapi itu sangat work, gitu ya, useful buat kita semua. Bagaimana sih cara menaruh daging di kulkas? Itu karena memang mungkin kemarin banyak sekali supply-nya. Jadi hal-hal praktis macam itu juga sangat semua. Saya kira demikian, ya, karena pesertanya orang kita semua, ya, nggak ada Pak Wine. Saya kira saya nggak usah bahasa Inggris, Mbak, ya. Saya kira begitu. Oke, terima kasih saya ucapkan. Welcome Prof. Dahlan. Last but not least, yeah, and I start with English as you are here. We are very happy to host this event, and welcome to Pak Winnie to the Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta. And I believe these few remarks from me. Again, thank you very much. Congratulations for the center. Welcome to Pak Winnie and Prof. Trijoko, and have a great discussion. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for Mr. Himanati PhD, as delegation of Rector Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. And we are very happy and special welcome for Professor Dr. Winnie Dahlan in Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta.
And next, onto the next agenda is signing MOU.
Okay, we can give applause for this MOU today. Maybe this is can be good for our movement in Halalan Thoyyiban, Syiar, especially in Jogja, Indonesia, and in the world. Okay, after MOU sessions, we will to continue. This is the main agenda today. It's about public lecture, but the public lectures will not be by us. It will be moderated by Mrs. Eko Purwanti, PhD.
And the curriculum today, Ms. Eko Purwanti, PhD, is a lecturer of PBI that she has graduated from Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta in 1889 and graduated from Universitas Gadjah Mada in 2004, and she has graduated from Monash University in Melbourne, Australia, and she just came to Indonesia in February this year.
Okay, I would like to invite for Mrs. Eko Purwanti, PhD. The time is yours. Okay, give applause for Mrs. Eko Purwanti as moderator in the public lecture session today.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? Fine. Yeah, I believe that everyone is happy today, and I'm glad that you are fine today. Today we are very fortunate to have the signing of HTC, Halalan Thoyyiban Center. So we are blessed to have such a center in this university. And today we have public lectures presenting two important and then two famous public speakers. The first one is from Thailand. Oh, that will be the second speakers, and the first one is from Gadjah Mada University. And I'm going to introduce the name. So the first one is Professor Dr. Insinyur Trijoko Wisnumurti, and then the second speaker will be Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan. I'd like to invite the both presenters to come up here. Dear Professor Trijoko, would you please come here, and then dear Professor Vinay Dahlan. Right. As I told you before, that we are very fortunate today to have both presenters. So the first presentation or the first public lecture will be presented by Bapak Trijoko. And then first of all, I'd like to share information about the curriculum vitae of Bapak Professor Trijoko. So Bapak Professor Dr. Insinyur Trijoko Wisnu Murti is currently holding the position of the Director of Lembaga Pengkajian Pangan, Obat-obatan dan Kosmetika, MUI DIY. And then he was born in Magelang in 1961, and he was married to Ibu Nani Pujiwarni and having 2 daughters. And related to his education, he took his bachelor degree in 1985 in Gajah Mada University, and he continued his graduate in University of Nancy. Is that correct? In French? Nancy. And then he took his PhD in 1993 in France as well. Okay, dear presenters, you have 30 minutes to give the information about your presentations, and after that, the presentations will be continued by Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan. So, for the first presenters, the time is yours.
Thank you, Mrs. Moderator, with presentation from the Commission. Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Maybe I want to give this lecture in mixed languages, English and Indonesian, because I'm actually not so sophisticated to speak English, yeah, because I graduated from France, so with French language maybe, but with English it's quite difficult for me to speak fluently, and I try to mix the lecture in English and especially in Indonesia, because mostly of the audiences are Indonesian people. And in this title, I want to present with the Halalan Thoyyiban lifestyle. Yeah. Why Halalan Thoyyiban lifestyle? Exactly. I just recently understand about this moment. So when Pak Imam went to LP Pong, he just asked me about my agreement to present the lecture in UMY, but in what occasion I don't know exactly. So when I yesterday saw in the letter from Pak Eksan, this is a public lecture with Professor Vinay Dahlan, or a big name of Halalan Thoyyiban in the world. So I'm rather shocked there. Even I know him 2 years ago in Gajah Mada University when he was present in international seminar on tropical animal production with some of session in this seminar concerning about the halal policy also. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is the title of my presentation, Halalan Thoyyiban Lifestyle. Please continue. Yeah, in general, I copy paste from my presentation in Chinese with my friend from Chinese when we have gone to Chinese to verify or to make an audit, because I am exactly also an auditor from LPPOM MUI, international auditor. So I could run the work to verify some company that want to export their product to Indonesia. Maybe last month I went to Thailand also, in the province of south of Bangkok, to verify company that produces coconut milk that will be exported to Indonesia. So in this general guideline, we know very well that the terminology of halal food is Islamic terminology, and we know that in this terminology, they talk about not only complying to Sharia law, but also cleanliness and hygienic and its quality. So we have to understand that halal and Thoyyib is the true word, the close and have a fourth relation among them, between them. So we cannot separate about the halal and Thoyyib. So when we talk about halal, it means also Thoyyib. This standard must compliant and set up by the Islamic law stipulated in the Al-Quran and Hadith. And the contrary, the terminology of haram food in Islam means also the food that are not only being produced non-hygienic and cleanliness in its quality, but the content of the food are non-complying to the principles stipulated in the Quran and Hadith. Continue. Regarding to the daily activity, I want to give you, for example, the word Inna sholati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. In Indonesia, out of my praying, my life, jadi sholatku, ibadahku, hidup dan matiku hanyalah kepada Allah Ta'ala. I want to stress in sholat, something like that, sholat, we know very well about the real sholat, that and the manfaat daripada sholat itu sendiri. Continue, When we talk about the sholat, we have to understand the kind of najis. Ketika sholat, jangan-jangan ke masjid itu kita memakai sandal atau sepatu sabuk kulit babi. Mungkin banyak yang nggak memikirkan kalau masalah babi itu seakan-akan hanya masalah makanan. Padahal bukan hanya makanan, tetapi mungkin sabuk kita, sepatu kita, dompet kita, dan yang tidak kalah pentingnya adalah kosmetik yang ada di muka kita. Kosmetik yang dikenakan itu apakah mengandung babi atau tidak. Jadi ketika najis ada di seputar kita, atau di lingkungan kita, atau di tubuh kita, apakah kita ini akan dikabulkan doanya? Ini pertanyaan penting yang harus kita jawab. So when we talk about najis, there are three kind of type of najis, heavy, medium, and light. Pig and its derivative and salif from dog included as heavy najis. And for medium, urine, feces, carrion, humor, blood, and so on. This is type of najis, and we know very well how to clean or how to purify this najis. Continue. for a cosmetic, for example, it should be halal. It may contain haram and najis material, and also forbidden to be consumed by Muslim. Cosmetic that may be eaten or swallowed must not contain haram and najis. Muslim must be pure from any najis material in performing praying. Cosmetic that is used on external body must not contain najis material. Jadi ketika kita sholat, kita hanya bicara sholat dulu, belum bicara yang lengkap tentang ibadah. Sholat aja yang, karena memang ketika kita diperintahkan oleh Allah Ta'ala untuk mengenal Allah, maka Allah memerintahkan kepada kita semua kaum muslimin untuk mendirikan sholat. Ya, itu perintah yang sudah jelas kita ketahui, sehingga hisab kita yang pertama adalah masalah sholat. Continue please. Allah memerintahkan kepada hamba-hambanya untuk makan yang halal dari makanan sebelum memerintahkan mereka untuk mengerjakan amal soleh. Ini al-mu'minun. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhar rasul kullu minat thoyyibati wa'malu sholihan ini bima ta'malun alimi. Hai Rasul, makanlah dari makanan yang halal dan baik-baik dan kerjakanlah amal yang soleh. Sesungguhnya aku maha mengetahui apa yang kamu kerjakan. Al-mu'minun ya. Jadi kalimat ini mungkin kita tangkap yang nggak usah sulit-sulit aja. Suruh makan yang halal dulu, yang baik-baik, baru beramal soleh. Bukan beramal soleh dulu, baru makan yang halal. Karena perintah-perintah itu saling terkait dan menunjukkan bahwa sholat kita, ibadah kita tidak akan dihisab yang baik kalau kita makanan kita itu tidak halal. Dan kita wajib mencontoh Rasulullah dan Rasul-Rasul yang lain yang diperintahkan untuk makan yang halal terlebih dahulu, baru beramal soleh. Jangan dibalik. Lanjut, continue please. Nah, ini konsep halal yang tadi sudah dibacakan Al-Baqarah. Ini menyangkut orang-orang yang beriman. Tadi Al-Baqarah yang 168, ya ayuhan nas. Oleh yang 172 ini, ya ayyuhalladzina amanu. Two kind of order for the Muslim. One as a man, the other as a Muslim. So there is an obligation for Muslim people to follow this order. Jadi ada kepentingan khusus, perintahnya itu dua tingkat. Sebagai manusia, sebagaimana manusia yang lain yang bukan hanya beragama Islam, tetapi juga sebagai kaum muslimin. Double ini perintahnya. Dan kalau kita baca di Al-Quran tadi, tidak ada perintah untuk makanan halal itu hanya terbatas pada bulan dan waktu tertentu sebagaimana puasa. Kalau puasa kita selalu mendengar perintahnya, wahai orang-orang yang beriman, berpuasalah kalian sebagaimana kewajiban kaum sebelum kamu. Tapi puasa ada waktunya. Tapi kalau halal tidak ada waktunya, artinya apa? Sepanjang masa kita wajib halal. Perintahnya double. One as a man, the other as a Muslim. Itu yang perlu kita sepakati bersama. Bahkan di dalam surat-surat yang lain, ini Allah ini memberikan sanksi atau marah kepada seorang Muslim yang tidak mengkonsumsi hasil sembelihan. Nggak senang Allah bahwa yang sudah dicontohkan oleh Allah, diperintahkan Allah harus makan yang halal, orang tidak makan yang halal, hasil sembelihan yang menyebut nama Allah, maka Allah tidak senang. Lanjut ya, continue please. Nah, some people consumer need on halal product. For example, food and beverage, detergent, toiletry and perfume, medicine, biodiesel, cosmetic, and we can ask what we consume or use is halal or not. Pertanyaan-pertanyaan kaum muslimin, pertanyaan yang harus dijawab oleh industri, pertanyaan yang harus dijawab oleh para pedagang, harus dijawab. Nah, ini meliputi segala macam kehidupan kita. Oleh karena itu saya mengambil judul Halalan Thoyyiban, lifestyle. Gaya hidup ini kan ada gaya hidup pada kita semua. Halal is not only about meat and homer. Right now, it's wider and wider. Depend on how we can understand our Quran. So halal not mention only meat and its product and homer, but we have to talk about fashion, finance, medicine, traveling, and so on. Beberapa contoh yang perlu diwaspadai haram. Ketika kita membuat roti aja, when we make a bakery and so on, we have to use some product like baker's yeast. We use baker's yeast. Baker's yeast is a process that we have to do fermentation. It's a critical point of haram. Kita harus waspada itu ketika kita bicara tentang makanan roti yang kita makan sehari-hari. How to make a bakery, apa yang bahan dipakai, prosesnya seperti apa. Halal ada dua macam, halali dzati, zatnya, dan halali ghairi, prosesnya. Jadi kita tidak bisa bilang, oh ini zatnya halal, tapi di dalam prosesnya ada penambahan-penambahan yang lain yang tidak jelas. Saya pernah ketika audit di Jogja di restoran yang memakai moda transport sebagai namanya, saya datang bersama Pak Nanung tadi. Dr. Nanung ini adalah auditor LPPOM DIY, dulu bekas sekretaris LPPOM tapi sudah lama sekali diganti sama orang-orang yang lain. Beliau spesialis pakan ternak. Nah, saya bersama dia mengaudit perusahaan restoran tadi. Saya bagi Pak Nanung, Anda bersama direkturnya, saya ke ruang masaknya. Saya akan ngomong sama chefnya. Saya pilih makanan yang berasal dari yang kita kenal sebagai ca, ya, ca kangkung. Tolong buat ca sebagaimana biasa. Oke. Terus direkturnya itu lari ke situ. Tolong buatkan ca kangkung yang tidak pakai rum seperti biasanya itu loh. Saya dengan begitu langsung tahu biasanya malah pakai rum ini. Saya langsung coret dengan garis merah, jebret. Sampai kapanpun tidak akan saya kasih sertifikat halal kalau masih seperti ini. Sampai detik ini tidak saya kasih. Ini for example about the haram critical point. For example also for milk. Maybe milk as a raw material is okay, but when we develop cheese, we have to use what so called as rennet. That is come from pork maybe, or we use microbe that for development this microbe in other media. The media contain also, it's possible, contain material from pork. So we have to consider that is very critical also. Jadi kalau kita bilang susu, secara materi susu oke, tapi begitu kita susu itu menggunakan bahan yang berasal dari keju, misalnya laktosa atau bubuk ini proses yang terkait dengan pemakaian daripada rennet. Rennet itu bisa berasal dari babi maupun berasal dari sapi muda yang mungkin disembelih tidak dengan nama Allah. Itu salah satu contoh. Jadi kita perlu mewaspadai beberapa hal. And other protein and amino acid as a food ingredient, we have to understand clearly about the source of this amino acid. For example, L-cysteine is possible from animal, plant, human hair, duck feeder, microbial fermentation. Ya, ini is largely used for food supplement, baby food, and bakery product. Collagen is possible from pig, cows, fish, and this collagen used largely for beverage supplement. And for gelatin, for example, is possible from pigs, cows, fish, and poultry. And we can find in yogurt, chocolate product, and ice cream. And also, I set the pointer here. Okay, continue please, Mbak. Bahan mengandung gelatin yang perlu diwaspadai. You can find here some product that use gelatin, ya, gelatin. Ya. Ada yang roti, ada yang marshmallow, ada keju juga ini yang paling bawah. Ya, continue please. Kosmetik, ya. Gelatin largely used for cosmetic product, ya. Oleh karena itu, apa yang Mbak pakai ini apakah sudah pasti halalnya? Jangan-jangan yang dipamerkan tersenyum ke kiri ke kanan itu bercahaya dari bahan yang mengandung tadi. Kenapa? The big company that produce gelatin is use majority gelatin from pork, 55%. So we have to be attention about that. Continue, ya. Collagen, ya, mostly found in fibrous tissue such as tendon, ligament, and skin. It's possible from bovine and porcine, and also scale and skin of fish. Function decrease wrinkle and other sign of aging. Healing of burns, product image and skin care. Jadi kalau misalnya salah satu contoh ini, tapi ini karena ketidaktahuan, tapi juga mungkin kalau itu terlanjur berlarut-larut dari fakultas kedokteran, kawan-kawan perlu waspada. Misalnya obat untuk oles salep untuk kebakar gitu ya. Ya, itu pernah suatu ketika anak saya kena knalpot, terbakar kakinya itu. Saya kasih obat salep kayak gitu, yang sampai detik ini sekarang salonnya ya manjur sekali sehingga tidak ada bekas terbakar sama sekali. Ternyata mengandung bahan kolagen yang berasal dari babi. Nah, ini yang satu hal. Jadi suatu hal kenapa babi digunakan untuk kepentingan obat manusia? Karena persamaannya dengan manusia itu 74%. Jadi apa yang dicoba pada babi untuk uji coba klinis sukses, berarti ya dipakai manusia sukses. Nah, kalau ada kemasukan gen dari babi, ada besar kemungkinan apa yang tadinya penyakit itu tidak tertransmit ke tubuh manusia, misalnya kayak flu burung, ya. Tapi karena kita sempat makan yang mengandung babi, maka babi itu seperti memberikan fungsi protein J. Itu protein pengantar untuk masuk dari satu sel ke sel yang lain. Kalau misalnya flu burung tadi, mestinya yang kena penyakit kan pekerja kandang. Tapi yang mati bukan pekerja kandang paling banyak. Di Cina dari FAO dan WHO sudah survei sejak tahun 99 sampai 2000 berapa, saya ngikutin terus. Itu semakin padat wilayah tadi dengan babi, semakin banyak orang yang mati karena flu burung. Kenapa? Ya karena konsumsinya. Tapi lebih detail mungkin tidak pada kesempatan hari ini. Untuk insulin, soluble insulin injection is neutral. sterile solution of bovine, or porcine, or human insulin. Ya, ini salah satu contoh, harus diwaspadai. Kemudian diwaspadai karena mengandung alkohol. Ini ada Royal Jet, Shaoxing, dan sebagainya. Dalam kehidupan sehari-hari kita, angju atau arak masak, ini khas dari Cina untuk mengatasi masalah cita rasa yang tidak enak pada seafood atau ayam dalam hidangan Cina. Kita harus berpikir how to replace it. Ya, angju. To replace angju, we can use kecap asin, ya, salt kecap that mix to jeruk limau itu apa sih? Lemon, ya, lemon juice, ya. Ya, ini salah satu contoh. Jadi jangan fatalisme, wah kalau nggak pakai arak nggak enak. Ya. So the concept of halal in Islam have some motive to keep purity of praying, menjaga kemurnian ibadah kosmik. Yang kedua adalah to save Islam mentality. Yang ketiga, to keep alive. Yang keempat, untuk menjaga harta, keep our kekayaan ini. Yang kelima, untuk menyelamatkan generasi yang mendatang. Dan yang keenam, untuk menjaga diri dan integritasnya sebagai manusia. Lanjut, ya. Nah, oleh karena itu kita membutuhkan kepastian. We need guarantee when we want to consume food, drink, and so on, beverage, and so on. How we can take a guarantee from the product and commerce by certificate, halal certificate. Jadi pentingnya sertifikat itu bagian daripada garansi untuk kita. Karena apa? Kalau ketika kita kecil, terutama saya ketika kecil di desa hidup itu, kalau kita mau makan daging kita panggil rois untuk nyembelih ayamnya. Ya tahu? Ibu saya juga membuat minyak goreng dari kelapa. Tapi hanya itu, minyak goreng sama menyembelih ayam. Lah sekarang produk kan banyak sekali macamnya. Dan kita tidak bisa membuat sendiri, dan itu dibuat orang lain. We don't know exactly how they can develop this product. We have to be sure that we consume halal product. Baik apa ya? Baik sertifikat. Nah, ini salah satunya. Nah, oleh karena itu sertifikat itu perusahaan perlu diaudit. Nah, apa sih audit itu? Audit itu dimulai dari audit tentang penjaminan halal. Yang kedua tentang proses halalnya, ini rangkaiannya. Input halal, halal tadi, proses halal, halal ini, dan harapannya nanti outputnya semua halal. Role of expert of Islamic scholar on audit or authenticate of material and product. Ya, ada banyak macam. Ini sepatu ternyata dari kulit babi, tandanya seperti ini. Ini kosmetika bagaimana? Ini daging, very simple, daging seperti ini. Tapi begitu lemak, ini lard yang dari babi, gambarnya di FTIR seperti ini. Kemudian peanut butter seperti ini, mirip. Ya, kemudian ini proteinnya dan sebagainya. Ini peran daripada ekspor. So when Halalan Thoyyiban Center can participate in this matter, ya, bisa berpartisipasi di dalam support terhadap hal-hal seperti ini. Nah, kita ada yang namanya situs untuk memperkenalkan produk-produk yang halal di Jogja, halaljogja.org.id, and also halal-diy.org. Ya. You can verify the product in Yogyakarta halal or not regarding this situs. Saya kira demikian yang bisa sementara saya sampaikan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Professor Trijoko. It is very interesting to talk about Halalan Thoyyiban, especially related to lifestyle as presented by Bapak Trijoko. So if I can summarize that the word halal should be connected to the word Thoyyiban. So Halalan Thoyyiban cannot be separated. And Halalan and Thoyyiban should guide all of our activities, yeah? Such as like when we want to consume food, then we have to make sure that the food that we consume is halal and thoyyib. And then when we want to perform ibadah, then we have to make sure that everything that we are wearing is also halalan and thoyyiban. And last, we have to apply halalan thoyyiban for the whole life with the six benefits that were mentioned by Bapak Professor Trijoko. And I believe that you have so many questions related to the presentations, but wait, we have to listen to the second speaker from Bapak Vinay Dahlan. And before, yeah, we are still waiting for the PowerPoint. And after that, there will be a question and answer session. So first of all, let me introduce Bapak Vinay Dahlan. Talking about his life story, Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan is the director of the Halal Science Centers in Thailand, named for the best innovation in the halal industry by Malaysian Halal Journal. And Halal Science Center promotes halal manufacturing and service through exhibitions and regional cooperation with halal centers in Indonesia and in Malaysia. Dr. Vinay Dahlan is involved in scientific training and has written more than 30 original research articles published internationally and locally. He has also produced more than 2,000 scientific and nutritional articles, writing weekly in 3 magazines since 1989. He is the only Thai Muslim scientist ranked in the world most influential Muslim scientists in science and technology. And what makes Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan is more interesting is that he is a Thai national but ethnically Japanese. His father, Irfan Dahlan, is the fourth child of Ahmad Dahlan, who was born in Kauman, Yogyakarta. His father settled in Thailand and then married to the daughter of Imam at the Jawa Mosque in Bangkok. With the strong Islamic background, it is not surprising that Dr. Vinay Dahlan devotes his skills and ability for the sake of Muslim societies, particularly those in Thailand. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Vinay Dahlan. Dr. Dahlan, the time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala arafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I should go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me great opportunity to come here again. This is not my first time. To have experiences exchange with all of you. I think I know some, you know many. Then we can have some experiences exchange, especially for the matter of halal and thoyyib. As you have a very good name for the halal thoyyib for your center. Thank for the organizing committee for inviting me to have a lecture here. Okay, I have half an hour is rather difficult for me. Then that's why I try to come closer to all of you here. My topic is about the Islam. You know, we have a problem. The problem of lack of science technology in our community and society. With the master, you may know, 1,000 years ago. It's so sad to say, you know, all the time if we say something in a very long time ago, it means that we are closer to the grave. We are too old. But as a Muslim, we must be fresh. We have to be active. And we have to be upper hand all the time now. We ask for science technology from others. But in the former time, we gave this science technology to them. We have to take it back. We have to be upper hand. And finally, develop it. Make it much better and give them as an upper hand. This is my intention, to give a lecture, and then you have to work for da'wah. This is a very good lesson for you here. I think it's we discussed during the way from Sheraton to this university. That, you know, in the past, when the Westerners said, they said the world moved to the West. Moved to the West. From Greece, Roman, then to Frank or France, to England, then cross the Atlantic Ocean to United States. They moved from the east to the west. That's the Western world, but not for Muslim world. Muslim world, we move from the west to the east. We start from Arab, then relay to Persia, then to Turk. Forget about the country of Turkey. The Turk come from the Central Asia. Then from the Turk to India, Mughal, to India. Where's the next destination? Let's dream. They move like this, like a crescent. To the north, then to the south. The next destination is Nusantara. It's you. It's you. Then we have to ask. You have to ask yourself, whether you ready to handle this mas'ul, this responsibility. This is very important. That's why I come to urge you to work for this mission. I would like to dedicate my lecture to my father. You know, my father, in the year 1924, 1 year after his father passed away, his father was Kiai Mat Dahlan, passed away. He was sent by Muhammadiyah to India. And then in 1930, he finished his study. During his trip back to Indonesia, he visited, he lucky enough to visit Thailand. And in Bangkok, he found the village of Javanese people with a masjid called Masjid Jawa, and met the daughter of Imam there, my mother, and they together built up the big family with 10 children. including me. Yeah. At that why my father could not come back. Could not come back until 1961. He came in August. 37 years apart from his hometown, from Kauman, Yogyakarta. He came back in Kauman to receive a house that delivered by Pak Bang Sukarno. Yeah, that's the house. Somewhere in Kauman, I don't know where. But I went there. You see, I went there with my sister. I went there. Yeah. Many years after that. You see, we had the root here. Then the sister said, I am 100% Javanese. My mother from Rembang. My father from Kauman. But they met in Bangkok. Okay. Okay, my father, finally he was named among 100 Toko of Muhammadiyah. That in the book of Muhammadiyah. Yeah, he's here. Irfan Dahlan. Yeah, you may read his story there. And, okay, I would like to give you some information about the Islamic world. What once the master of science and technology. You see, in Quran, 114 surah, 6,236 ayah, and 320,000 letter and 27 words, more than 500. They said, some people said, ulama said, more than 500 is about science and technology. But I found after that even more. Then this is the gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to all of us. To all of us. We cannot throw it away. We have to take it back. I'll show you some. The first, Iqra Bismi Rabbikal Ladzi Khalaq. Islam teach us about the education and about science and technology, about the column, about the pen, about writing, about reading. This is how we have been taught in Islam. Here, this is miracle. You know, this is Surah Al-Tariq. At-Tariq. At-Tariq, I swear by sky and At-Tariq. Some people, some ulama translate it as night comer, the star. But some people, some ulama said, it's a pace. Step like this. Oh, it's the knock. We don't know. I'm not the expert in Arabic. And what may let you know At-Tariq is? What is At-Tariq? It's Al-Shakir. Al-Shakir. Then in Al-Quran there's many words. It's rather difficult to understand even for the Arab people. And during 20 years ago, there was a news. It's about the knock, the voice came from black hole. You know, you all know black hole, the star, right? That we cannot detect with the great gravity, and nothing can escape from that, right? The black hole we cannot see, but we can touch it with the noise. With the noise. Pulsar that we can detect it. Pulsar. The noise come from here. Black hole. I don't know. This is my imagination. I don't know whether. I don't know. I have to ask ulama whether this is a shakib. I don't know. I ask. And the knock, the noise that we can detect it with something like a noise is a atomic. I don't know. I don't know. But this is the miracle. You see, Al-Quran had it 1,400 years ago, and the scientists found, and is coincident with the word in Al-Quran, and still many, many more. I wrote it in my Facebook. This is the miracle of Al-Quran, and we have to find even more. This is Dr. Arthur J. Avery from Oxford University. He said, among the people, among the men who have been born on earth, how much? 107,000. 107,000 million. The man who changed most of the earth is called, his name Muhammad. You see, he changed a lot. Then from Al-Quran and from Rasulullah, we have a lot of things. And I wrote a book. Maybe เอาหนังสือมาไหมหนังสือวิทยาศาสตร์ให้ไปแล้วเอาเหรอมันไม่มี I wrote a book. It's pity that I gave to the Ahmad Dahlan University. I wrote a book, Muhammad, the Great Scientist, like this, but in English. In English, I will give to your library. Okay, this is he said, even in science and technology, the man named Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he changed the world. Great change of the world, even in science and technology. But some people ask, why Islam, who was once the master of science and technology, finally lost this edge? Why all science and technology disappear from our society, our community? Why? And this man answered, I think it's a good point, and that's why I try to use it. They said faded culture in Islam. Islam is full of very good culture, intelligence, ittihad, in tahqiq, investigation, ask, inquiry, at-tabjir, change, to change, at-tabjir, tafakkur, think, critical thinking, not only think, but critical thinking, think and think again. This is all culture that Islam created in the former time. They all disappear. They're replaced by taqlid. Just follow. Just follow. Okay, I teach you. Nothing else. You just believe and follow. This guy said, this is not Islam. Islam all the time asks us to change, to to ask, to inquire, and to investigate and work hard. I remember my father said, his father, but at that time I didn't know who was his father. He said, his father said, we have to work hard. That is about the impression of him to his father, to work hard. And this is this is a work from the one man called Mr. Jarifek. He's a lecturer in University of Canterbury. It's about that Muslim society, we lack the capacity to produce knowledges, to diffuse knowledges, and to apply knowledge. We have to find this kind of thing back, to diffuse, to produce. And now we are left behind too far, but not too far, don't worry. In this world, with the very high change of technology, we need only one man to change the world, only one man. 1,400 years ago, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Rasulullah to change all. Now we need one man, and as we imagined, that man is in Nusantara. You have to find in this room. Maybe, inshallah. And my persuasion, I said, can we to take back halal science and technique? We use halal science as the example. Why? Because the halal science, this is a hikmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hikmah for us. You see, the value, the figure, $3 trillion is attractive enough. It's attractive enough to take all the scientists, all the people together here to work harder to produce again scientifically, finally take halal science back to Islamic science. That we try to think. Halal science. Halal science, some people think about the laboratory. Halal science is not laboratory. It's anything that not distract from the Islamic way. You can do anything. Before coming here, I just established Nano Halal Laboratory. Nano Halal Laboratory. There I show you some of our activity in the Halal Science Center. Anything. You do anything good. I will give you something. Okay. Back to the year 1997, I established at that time, I work as the consumer protection. Some people come to ask me very simple question. Dr. Vinay, can Muslim eat Chinese noodle? Ask me like that. I said, why? He said, because his wife said that it's supplied with a lot. Pig fat. Like a fitna. But we don't know. Then I went back to laboratory. I used this equipment. At that time, I had no Muslim scientists. Only, this is all, I used a gas chromatograph. And finally we found there's no lard, only coconut oil and palm oil. So relief, huh? They mean that we can continue eating. And we work. And finally, I came to receive the award from the Prime Minister of Malaysia. And in that event, it's announced that I came from the first Halal Science Institute in the world. I'm so happy. So happy and surprised. Why? There is no Halal Science laboratory exist at that time. But now, don't ask. We are the smallest. Because you can find Halal Science Center, Halal Science Institution, many and many in this country. And also many in many countries in the world. Yeah. But in Thailand, only two. Only two. And we got many awards. And this is how we grow up. From 32 square meters in 1994 until now we have the area 4,300 square meters with nearly 100 staff. Half of them are scientists and all of them are Muslim. All of them are Muslim. I have non-Muslim, only one. The maid. She's a maid. And there are 3 branches in Bangkok, in Pattani, in the south, and in Chiang Mai. They have their own activity. And when we discuss about halal science, it's not laboratory, as I said. It's everything about science and technology. For example, let's say this is the supply chain of food. The most important for the halal integrity is how to prepare raw materials. The most important is how to prepare raw material. And from raw material, go throughout the supply chain. Yeah, manufacturing product, logistics, until to the hand of the consumer. Science and technology can get involved in each step to develop the guidelines, standard, and so on, until to develop the means of the logistics or even the finance system and so on. And okay, let's go again to the halal. This is the halal literacy. I said we have to understand something about the halal before going to the next step. Before Tariq to the next step, we have to understand the first step of halal. First, halal is aqidah. Halal is not the business. Some people think that halal is the big business. No, halal is aqidah, to keep you on the track that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command you to be. This is very important. And this should have the advantage for others, including commerce. You see, to push it up, not pulling down. Then, if finally the entrepreneur have the halal certification, their product have the halal certification, it's not to increase the price, to have a burden to consumer. This is not the right way. If you would like to have halal food and you pay more, that's not Islam. Then we have to find a way to reduce the cost. This is very important. You have to find a way to increase your competitive advantage. This is the way we have to work. This is the mentality for halal worker. Halal is not for Muslim. Halal is not Muslim food. Halal is a food that Muslim can consume. Then can be any kind of food. And if we think that halal for all, Ya ayyuhan nasu kulu mimma fil ardi halalan thoyyiban, halal is for mankind. Halal is for mankind. And if we think that halal is not food for the population of Muslim. If you think like that, the Muslim population is comprised of 25% of the world population. The consumption of Muslim is 17%. If you think like that, it's 17% of the global trade for food. But it's not correct. Now in Europe and United States or even Canada, they consider halal market is 90%, it's 89%. They also cover non-pork and non-alcoholic products. This is the area of the halal market. You see, this is the opportunity. It's attractive enough. In Thailand, the producer of the halal food, they produce for non-Muslim, not for Muslim. The third, halal bayin, haram bayin, clear. You know this is halal, this is haram. But in between, we don't know. That's called mustabihat. That's called mashbuh. We have to make it clear to know whether it's halal or haram. And this is our duty. Our duty. Then, if it's haram, then make it halal. Try to find a replacement. If it's shubha, then make it to clarify it, whether it's halal or haram. This is our duty. This is our fardu kifaya. And never forget that Islam must be easy. What tabakum wa ma jala alaikum fi dini min haraj in Al-Quran, it means that no burden on your shoulder. Islam make everything easy. Then we have to find a way to make the halal easy for others to practice. Right? Then we have to educate the people who produce halal food. This is your duty. This is the work for Halalan Thoyyiban Center. And halalization, this is very important. Halal Islamization, this is halalization. We have to know step by step how to produce appropriately halal food. In case of question, they don't know. Islam said, if you don't know, ask the one who know. Ask the one who know. And Muslim society have to produce the one who know in order to give the answer, right answer to the one who don't know. And this is your mas'ul, your responsibility. This is your work. And this is a very good example. You see, this is happened in Indonesia, 2001, the 3rd of January, Ajinomoto. You remember the case? This is a chemical, Ajinomoto, produced from cassava, tapioca, halal. They use the fermentation of bacteria. Halal? Yes. They have to grow bacteria in culture media. Halal? Sure. They enriched by protein hydrolysate from soybean. Halal? Yes. But before that, they hydrolyzed by using enzyme from pig pancreas. Halal? We don't know. Who know? I don't know. Ulama confused. Why? This is from Canada. They produce enzyme, finally sell to United States, and finally sent to manufacture in Switzerland, to Australia, to Thailand, to many places in the world. This is the modern trade. And finally it come. Nobody know. If you check with the halal laboratory, you cannot find. Nothing. You cannot trace the contamination, right? And we don't know whether it's halal or haram, but the people don't like because there is some pig involved. How many kind of this kind of materials? 186. 186 produce more than 1,000 of food products available in the market. You eat pork every day. If you think that this is pork, you see how we protect our Muslim consumer. The best way is the education. Not only scientists, not only in science, but also in Sharia. To let them understand well, not make them scared. This is a halal forensic laboratory. I call it forensic laboratory. Why? Because it's not only the equipment on the bench, it's also the way, the procedure, it's the documentation, the interview. Every means that you can use it to find the fact is a forensic science. Then we call it forensic science. We use this first. We use this first because it's the cheapest way. Don't go directly to the lab. It's too expensive. The best way, try not to use laboratory. Yeah, then we go first.
Excuse me, five more minutes.
Okay, 5 more. Then, but the slide more than 5. Okay, sorry. Then, rather difficult to go to the lab because it's too expensive. Then, this is we have in our laboratory more than 200 state-of-the-art equipments in 4,300 and 2,000 square meters of laboratory, and provide many laboratory procedure. Okay, I show you some. This is for GCM-SMS, ECFAD for fatty acid, alcohol. This is the old technique for gelatin detection, but now we use LCMS, ESI, to detect gelatin. Now we develop higher technique by using QTOF. And this is a multiplex analysis of animal species. In one time, we can detect 8 species of animal in one time, multiplex. But now, PCR is old technique. We plan not to use PCR. We're going to use PGM. Then we change. And this is even to detect, and this is we got award from Malaysia, to detect the sign of the slaughter, of the torture of the animal, inhumane technique. For example, if you hit the animal, finally we can check, we can trace the sign of the torture. And this is a new technique that we use, LCQ-TOF and other. And this is a training. Every year we have a training, and then we invite some of you from your laboratory to send staff to Bangkok for training. A month or a year, we pay for that. Yeah. And but anyway, you have to buy your own ticket. We pay for all bench fee for you, or even you would like to have a scholarship, we prepare for you. This is every year we have plenty of students and people come and have a good collaboration with many countries. And the most important, you know, why? We have, when we compete with the Western country, rather difficult. They have E number. E number reduce the cost of the manufacturing. This is very important. We don't have H number. E number we cannot use it directly because it's not all E number is halal. We must have H number. This is H number. Yeah, we have a way to produce, but we need more information. Then you must help. 100 halal sign laboratory, not enough. Not enough. We need more than 10,000 laboratory for helping us. Not help me. We help Ummah. And this is the halal laboratory in Bangkok. One minute. Only 1 minute. This is ISO IC 12025 certified together with the ISO 9001 certified. This is world-class laboratory. And this is the system in the factory. We now halalize the factory 17 factory covering 160,000 workers. We already analyzed 50,000 food samples. This is trying to use it to urge all of us that we have to work it together. And that this is the laboratory that finally published a paper that this is the superiority of the halal or halalization system. And this is a samak. This is a soap. Okay. This is produced from clay. You have to use clay for cleansing najis. This will produce from clay and has a characteristic much better than ordinary clay, ordinary soap. And this is we have a school. We call it house. This is Sahaba. Sahaba is scientific added halal authentication for business assistant house. This is for startup and SME. You see, with the Islamic art and sign. And we have Havana in the south, in Patani. This is for Muslim consumer protection, the activity. And this is very important. We have a Habida. Habida is halal big data house in Chiang Mai, the north. Then we have also, you see, the place like Silicon Valley. You'll see the small house inside, behind this. This is where our programmer work in Chiang Mai, in the jungle. Yeah, this is impressed me by Silicon Valley near Stanford University. We visited there. You know, in Silicon Valley, I went there last year. They're working on halal. They're working on halal with some university in Japan and in China. Okay. This is Expo, the end of this year. This is the last slide. I would like to invite all of you to attend. Every year we organize Halal Science Conference to invite scientists who work in halal science technology to join with us. That the Prime Minister. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So it's very interesting to listen to the lecture from Dr. Yunai Dahlan. Well, he invites all Muslims in the world to take the glory of Islamic science to the present world. Is it possible? Yes, he said, don't be pessimistic, because halal science can be a hikmah for us to work harder and to take science into Islamic religion. So I think both presenters deserve to get a big applause from the audience. Thank you very much. And then now it's coming for questions and answer sessions. And I believe that you have already got a lot of questions. And I myself think that 1 hour or 2 hours is not enough, sir. So we need to conduct more public lectures with more issues on Halalan Thoyyiban. So I'd like to invite 2 speakers first for the first session, and then please mention your name, and then please address who the sentence is going to. Thank you. First question? Yes, from the back. And another question? Yeah, from Ibu Dewi. Okay, from the back, please mention your name and who are you going to address the questions to?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Rizka Delia dari PSIK, Prodi Ilmu Perawatan UMY 2017. Di sini saya akan menanyakan kepada Bapak Tri selaku Direktur LPFOM DIY. Dari yang saya ketahui selama ini bahwa ada 2 logo halal yang dikeluarkan oleh MUI. Yang pertama itu logo halal yang hijau putih dan putih hitam. Dari kedua logo itu, adakah perbedaan kualitas kehalalan dari produk yang diberi logo halal dari masing-masing produk? Sekian, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Next question from Ibu Dewi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dewi Nurul Sari. I'm lecturer in Faculty of Law, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, and I'm treasury of Majelis Tajik and Tajik Pimpinan Pusat Muhammadiyah. The same unity with Professor Samsul Anwar. Based on Professor Winay presentation, Prof. Vinay said halal is not only for Muslim but also for all mankind, and then support of healthy and etc. I want to ask, is it possible halal product support the mentality of human? Because based on Prof. Joko, thinking and kolbu to collaboration, but is it possible halal product give support of mentality of human? I think give support us to all of again here. Secondly, after UMY have center of halal, what is the possibility supports each other between Thailand and Indonesia, specialized in UMY and Muhammadiyah? I will, Prof. Vinay, give chance to us to support this center. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, so there are 2 questions. The first question is from Mbak Adele from nursing department. So the question is addressed to Professor Trijoko. So her question is about 2 different types of halal certification from Majelis Ulama Indonesia. And the other question is from Ibu Dewi from the law faculty. So the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Exactly, it's only one kind of logo halal in Indonesia. But sometimes we can find in the corners that some company produce in the logo of black and white. This only because of when we want to print the label, the price of one color and two color is different. So the company prefer to give a logo in black and white. But exactly we want them to present the real color of logo. So the real logo of halal in Indonesia is only in green, yeah, green. Okay.
Thank you, Professor. So actually, there is only one logo of halal certification from UMY, and that is only the green color. But is it correct that some company also produce their own halal certification? Is it acceptable?
No. Before they get the halal certification from LPPOM and UI, they have to make what's called as a halal assurance system. But the halal assurance system is not meaning of they have an authorization to declare halal 100%. But because certification is for justify if this product can be verified by other people, by other body that is correct halal.
Okay, thank you, Pak. And then, Pak, does Bapak Trijogo answer your questions? I guess so. Right. So the second question is from Ibu Dewi from Law Faculty. So should I repeat the questions? So the first question is about whether,
Okay, two questions from Law Faculty. It's about the mentality, about to augment the humanity, let's say. I think it depends on the teachings way from us. I think this is very important because anyway, even among the different mentality or among different mazhab, we still have some different interpretation. Then we have to discuss among ourselves how we have to use this way to create the humanity and also to create the mentality of the mankind. This is very important. One thing, when we mention about the halal, is not the only the halal food. This is halal or not halal. It's also the way of life. For example, that Manista thought them is mean that we don't spend too much. This is halal way. The climate change, that is haram way. Because it's haram, spend too much, then it make climate change and harm to mankind. You see, and then we have to clarify halal. Then this is very important. I think that this is the way to convince Muslim and non-Muslim, especially for Muslim. Sometimes we don't understand the meaning, the right meaning of halal. One thing that we're so happy, you know, I got the message from Japan. They import halal food from Thailand. And some people ask, why they import halal food from Thailand? Because they don't have so much Muslim in the society. And we said, okay, finally they have to use our raw material, use our product as raw material, and we produce, and we export to other countries. This is the way we think. Because Japanese, they are so smart. They use our product and produce other food and re-export the way for the profit of their business. Then I discussed this with the people from JICA, and also from the JETRO, you know, two organizations that they belong to the Japanese government. They said, no, Dr. Vinay, it's not correct. It's not correct. We import halal food because we realize that this is good thing for our people. If we have to produce any food and export to other people to consume, it must be good food. And we believe that halal food is good. This is the mentality. You see, may answer your first question. This is make me change my opinion. And I was informed by the Argentinian company. They import beef, cow beef from England, and they request only for halal beef. Why? Not many Muslims in Argentina. They said because it's safe. You see, Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Allah always right? Because halal is good for mankind. And that's why they request to have halal food for their society. And still many, you know, just the beginning of this week, there was news in BBC. It's about the non-Muslim change their business on butcher, on beef selling from non-halal to halal. From non-halal to halal. To sell to Muslim? No. To sell to non-Muslim. Amongst the atmosphere of Islamophobia, they change their business into halal. And they still have more and more such kind of business. You see, if it's good, always good. Then we think that this kind of good thing, finally, it can speak by themselves and change the mentality of the people. There's something good in the halal. Then my opinion, I think that we can all use this kind of matter as a hikmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take back our science and technique to our community and finally give as an upper hand to other society. Oh, okay, the follow-up of this. Okay, to have a collaboration, that's my dream. You know, one of my dream, my father, he passed away more than 40 years ago. He taught us, he said, his father said, if you success in something, his father is the Qiyamah Dalan. If you succeed in something outside, you have to come back and give that good thing to your society. I don't know in Baza, but he said he had no opportunity. He left Indonesia, had no opportunity to come back and give good thing, his experience to his beloved community. He had no opportunity. He left that opportunity to me as the descendant. Then I promised to myself that if I have opportunity, I will give this kind of thing back to my father community. Why not Yogyakarta? Yeah. And I really love, I have a very good collaboration with many universities in Indonesia. IPB, they send several staff to my faculty during my deanship at the Faculty of Applied Health Science, and also at the Halal Science Center, UN University in Gajah Mada University, and still many other university have our experience exchange with the Halal Science Center, but not one from Muhammadiyah. This is my destiny, not one from Muhammadiyah. Then my dream, I would like to have good collaboration and closer collaboration with the Muhammadiyah University, especially Yogyakarta. Then, if you have a scientist, if you would like to have some experience, then the best way is step on the other people's shoulder, not try and error. The best way, try to have a good cooperation with the people who pave the way for that. Then I would like to have training from this university in my laboratory. It's not only the laboratory procedure, also the training also for the SME, also for the startup, also for the IT. If you like to have some program exchange, we appreciate to have it. And all will paid by my side. Let me do something that my father dreamed of. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vinay. Well, frankly speaking, I still want to extend this opportunity to open the next question and answer session, but unfortunately we are limited by the time. And yeah, so this is the end of our session in the public lecture. And in the end of this session, I'd like to quote what Dr. Vinay mentioned in one of the articles, when he mentioned that what we desire is halal toyib food. Halal means lawful for mankind to be consumed or utilized, while toyib refers to good, safe, healthy, and hygienic products. This means that halal is not only for Muslims, but halal is good for all. And then also the statement from Professor Trijoko in his presentation that Halalan Thoyyiban should become our lifestyle. So again, please give a big applause to both presenters. And thank you very much. And I'm going to give the time back to the Master of Ceremony. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
And I think we can give big applause once again to moderator and the speaker in this lecture for the sessions. And we're going to the next session. It is giving souvenir. The first giving souvenirs is will be give to Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan, and this will be given by Mr. Hilman Latif, PhD. So we want to invite Mr. Hilman Latif, PhD, come forward, and for Mr. Vinay Dahlan, please. Okay, so big applause. Oh, so there is a souvenir too from Prof. Wina Dahlan for the Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. So thank you and give a applause for Dr. Wina Dahlan and Dr. Latif for support us for Halalan Thoyyiban centers. Thank you very much, Prof. And once again, the souvenir will be given to Professor Dr. Engineer Haji Trijoko Wisnumurti DEA. Please come forward, and she will be given by again Pak Samsul to give souvenir. Samsul, sorry. Yes, from Prof. Samsul to Prof. Trijoko Wisnumurti. Okay, thank you very much for Professor Dr. Haji Trijoko Wisnu as a speaker from public speaker today, and to Professor Samsul, thank you very much, sir. And the last given speakers will be given to our moderator today for Mrs. Eko Parawati PhD. Please come forward to give souvenir, as will be given by Chief of Committee for this public lecture at launching Halalan Thoyyiban Center Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. I would like to invite to Mr. Dr. Iman Permana. Okay, please. Okay. Okay, this is the session is closing, and now we are ladies and gentlemen. Before closing, we closing our meeting. We are MC. We'll made many mistakes during holding this agenda, and we apologize for this.
And last but not least, we hope that we can meet each other someday, somewhere, as friends that last forever. And let's close our meeting today by reciting Hamdalah together.
Alhamdulillah. So thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oh ya, tim Halalan Thoyyiban bisa ke depan untuk berfoto bersama dengan jajaran dari Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta maupun dari Dr. Wina Dahlan.
Duluan ya, langsung.